All right. So, a very good evening to all of you. How are you feeling? How's everyone feeling? You want to put it in the chat? Excited about the interviews, nervous, happy, sad, whatever it is that you're feeling, just let me know. Nervous, scared, excited, looking forward to it, thrilled, superb. Well, we are very excited. This is the part of the year that we all at Next Genius we wait for. It's one of the most exciting parts of the whole program because during this period we get to see you all in action. This is like the culmination of all the work that our team does throughout the year, finding extraordinary students like yourself. Yeah. So we reach out to hundreds and hundreds of high schools across India, and then students from those schools apply to us, and then they go through this elaborate process. And at the end of the process, this is the cohort. Right now, there are 160 students on this call, uh, but a total of 300 students, close to 300 students, will be interviewing in the Next Genius Scholarship Program. So almost 4,000 students applied to us, of which I would say about 600 were shortlisted for level two. About 400 of them were allocated a college. You are one of those students, and now 300 students are going to be interviewed. So congratulations to all of you, and all the best for the interviews. I'm sure you are going to do very well. And as I always say, I hope all of you end up winning a massive scholarship. Yeah. Before I go ahead, I just want to thank Team Next Genius, Rudra, Vanshika, Radha ma'am. Rudra, your name shows as Devesh Lati. But all of you have been working and coordinating and supporting with the students and helping them through the process. So congratulations and thank you to you as well for engaging with these students and providing them with all the necessary resources to make this process slightly easier for them. Yeah. So let me first share with you a couple of things, a couple of items that you need to take care of. Yeah. While all of you have already completed the process very promptly, and I was just talking to Team Next Genius earlier in the day, and the application completion rate and the timely application completion rate this year is phenomenal. I mean, we are seeing most of you are very prompt and sort of submitted everything in a very timely manner. So I can see that you are all are on the top of your game and you're doing everything in a timely manner. You're very systematic. So that's great. But there are some students who are still missing a few components of your application. So if you have received an email from NextGenius or WhatsApp from NextGenius, or if you have received an email from the college about a missing component, please submit it without any delay now. There is no time left. Yeah, because ideally you should have submitted everything by the 5th, but we are talking, this call is happening on the 7th. So if you're watching this recording later, the call is being hosted on the 7th of January. Yeah. And if you are still not submitted something, and it could be anything, it could be your certificate of finances, it could be your SAT scores, if you have taken that, it could be your DET scores, English proficiency scores, whatever it is. Yeah. If you have not submitted that, it's high time that you submit it now, because the colleges will need some time to review your applications, and they're not reviewing only your application. They have 100 other applications coming in. So please submit it in time so that they get some time to review your application before the interview deadline, before the interview, which happens on January 18th. Yeah. If you are someone, and most colleges have their portals on their website. So once you submit your Common App, you get access to a portal on the college website. On that portal, you can very clearly, very easily see what all components are missing. If you are someone who is serious about winning this scholarship, please visit that portal and see what is missing from your application. So that's point number one. Point number two is you need to submit your interview RSVP form. Again, most of you have submitted it. I could see 90% of the interview RSVP forms were already received by this morning. But that means about 30 forms are still pending. If uh, any of those 30 students are on this call, please understand it's mandatory to submit your interview RSVP form. The form's name itself is RSVP, which means if you're coming for the interview, just let us know that you are coming. Yeah. So please submit the interview RSVP form. It's critical. It's very, very important. Okay. Let me now uh, talk about the timeline. So January 14th is when I'll do an orientation meeting where we'll talk about the interviews. We'll talk about what's going to happen over the next few days, etc. Yeah. So 6 p.m. and all these times are IST times. So just make sure that if you are in a different time zone, if you are in some of you are from Singapore, some of you are from Bangladesh, Nepal. If you are from a different time zone, make sure you follow the Indian time zone and just convert all these times to IST times, and then uh, join the meetings accordingly. January 15th to 17th, we are going to do icebreaker activities. Now, icebreaker activities are some fun games or quizzes that we will run on the WhatsApp group. If any of you are not on the Next Genius College WhatsApp group, the college specific WhatsApp group, all colleges have their own WhatsApp groups. If you're not on the WhatsApp group, please get in touch with us, because some icebreaker activities, actually all these three icebreaker activities on January 15th, 16th, 17th, are going to happen on the WhatsApp group only. And these will be some fun activities, quizzes. We'll ask you to record a impromptu video and submit on the WhatsApp group, or click a picture and submit on the WhatsApp. It's going to be fun. Nothing that you need to be stressed about, nothing that you need to prepare for a very long time. It's going to be all fun. Yeah. January 15th, 16th, and 17th. January 18th, 8 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. is when we'll have a parents info session where all the parents will join and they will listen to the admission officers on a Zoom meeting just like this, different breakout rooms. So you'll join a breakout room of your own college, and they will talk with your parents. Please listen carefully. If your parents don't understand English, then you should sit beside them and interpret, translate uh, what the AO is saying, what the admission officer is saying, translate that for your parents. So you can sit beside them, but this is a session for parents. If you have a question regarding this, once again, I'm saying this session is designed for parents, but you can sit beside them and translate the session for them. Yeah. And finally, January 18th, Saturday night, IST, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. is when we'll do the interviews. Yeah. Again, these are 2 hour long interviews. These are group interviews where all 15 to 20 students from that specific college, and Syracuse has a larger cohort, but all the other have 15 to 20 students. All of you will be on a Zoom link, on a Zoom meeting, just like this one, and you will participate in fun activities. You'll participate in debates. You'll participate in discussions. It's not going to be very uh, academics focused. It's not going to be complicated. It's going to be simple, straight conversations. And finally, January 24th is the award ceremony. So if you want to click a picture of this slide, just click that, take a screenshot, click a picture, whatever. I'm just going to stay on this slide for a few moments before we invite Abhilasha to talk and to share her um, insights with all of you. And once, first Abhilasha will talk, and then we'll answer any questions. So you have raised your hands, but we'll take the questions only towards the end of the session. Yeah. So Abhilasha, are you here? Rudra? Okay, she's here. Okay. Uh, Abhilasha, we just ask you to come and wake up at weird times, but thank you for agreeing to come and join this session and share your insights with everyone. Um, I'm handing it over to you. Feel free. This is just, we want you to share your interview experience with everyone. Talk about how everything happened. What was the process like? What was the question for you for the group discussion? And any tips that you want to share with the students. Yeah. So over to you. I think you will have you will be able to unmute yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Good
Over to
evening.
you.
I hope you're doing well. Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm sounding like too heavy. Maybe I'm like so sleepy. Just woke up because it's pretty early here. It's like 4:45 right now. But it's my pleasure to address you all. Um, so coming to the interviews, I had never been in a group discussion round. So this is basically like a group discussion. It's not a debate. Um, so I joined the meeting. So if I start from the beginning, I was like, hopefully these next genius people tell me the topic, before the group discussion. Otherwise, I'm dead because already like I have that fear of speaking publicly. Like I cannot speak in front of people, even with my family. I don't speak in front of them because I am scared of, hearing my voice back, something like that. I have that phobia. So I was like, okay, so when it was announced, like we had this meeting and we were told that, okay, we'll be getting to know, what topic we have to speak on or whatever. So I was like a bit relieved because I already knew the topic beforehand. So that's a major plus point. Um, Next thing, I started preparing for preparations. Number one, I started talking to people about it. Like just in family, I used to sit with my grandfather and talk to him about like, Dadaji, like, what do you think about, this topic? Like, how would you, as like an 80-year-old, address this topic? So he used to give me like good ideas. I used to, so my topics were Chat GPT. Is it good or bad? And the second topic was board exams. Should they be happening or be cancelled? Um, so ChatGPT was an easy topic for me because I had a lot of great ideas. I put in mostly like I was talking about how like older people lived or something like that, because I talked with my grandfather and he gave me a lot of ideas about it. Also, I'm a computer science major. So I had like, like I had read articles about like the, benefits um, of ChatGPT. So I was obviously talking about like the, you know, good aspects of ChatGPT. Um, the next topic for board exams, as they were nearing, like board exams were in May, and that all this, like the group discussion happened in January. So I did not want board exams to happen. I was literally like, kuch bhi ho jaye, I don't want these board exams happening. So I spoke against them. So I had good ideas, like, pressure and all. Also, everyone has Google and YouTube. Just go on there, you know, ask ChatGPT what it thinks about that topic. So I basically did a lot of research. I did not even know what a group discussion meant. I thought, okay, it would be like a debate because everyone was saying it's a debate. A debate is very, how do I say, like, it's so there are two types of debates. One is a good, like healthy debate, and one is a filthy, like unhealthy debate. You don't want to get into that because you are rebutting, you are just like going against someone, you are addressing. Group discussion is basically like you present your views and you engage people. That's what they want to see. So when I typed like group discussion on YouTube, the first thing that came up was group discussion, what they want to see or something like that. It was like leadership qualities. So they actually judge you based on your um leadership qualities. So I was like, okay, like how will I be a leader? So then I watched like a couple of videos, like 4 to 5 videos on group discussions and what they actually are. Um, and all of it was like, you don't need to be the first person to talk. You just need to talk sense and you need to open your mouth and talk. There was, okay, so in my cohort, I was talking a lot. Like I was the one to start because I think like, like for me, because I was too scared to do it, I was like, let me just do it and finish it off. I don't want to speak again. So I just started. I was like, okay, like, can I start? And also, another thing, I was in contact with the admissions officer of my college. And she was the one who was basically the one who would judge me and who would, uh, tell if I'm getting a scholarship or not. So I had that level of comfort with her. I was so comfortable when I was talking because I knew that, okay, I know these people because I had reached out to everyone who was on the WhatsApp group for Muhlenberg, that's my college. And I was also in touch with the admissions officer. So it was very easy for me. She knew me, and we had talked quite a lot, and I was not like shy. Okay. Another thing. Um, so I started talking, and I had like papers, like research papers, like you write whatever notes you have and like all the bullet points. I had something like that, and I had a pen in hand, and I was actually like, okay, so this, when say I can see Morisha. So if she says something, I write it down and then I write her name as well. If I want to address it, I'm like, okay, so Marisha, you said this, and I want to second you by saying that, yes, you're right. Like, da da da. Like, then I just like go ahead with that. Or, Marisha, I'm sorry you said this, but this is not true. So, you need to be very polite. You need to show that you are connected to people. You don't want to be like, okay, someone said this and I feel like it's wrong, it's bad. No, I don't agree. Don't be like that. Be a leader, listen to everyone, but present your views, and also try to convince the judge that what you are trying to say is factual and is right. You are just not talking against someone. Don't ever make the other person or the judge feel that. Um, so that happened. First topic, I remember the first half was about Chat GPT. And so I was talking, and there was another friend of mine. He was from Nepal, and he was talking too. Like we, both of us, we are just like having a conversation there, and no one else is like trying to talk. But the admissions officer was trying to engage people into the conversation. Then I remembered something that I had watched on YouTube, that they want to see you engaging people into the conversation. So, say Vanya is not talking. So, the next time we had the other topic, which was board exams, I was like, hey, Vanya, like, what do you think about this? I think you've not talked, so I would request you to, present your views or something like that. Literally, the moment I said that, the admissions officer had a smile on her face, and I was like, okay, I did my thing now. Like, this is going really well. Then I was just like, okay, so that was a boost, that was a really a good confidence booster. And I was like, okay, fine. Like, now I'm all comfortable and I'm talking. Uh, and uh, then I mean, I of course I was scared. Uh, but then it just happened. I think it was a 2 hour thing, and it just happened. It was nice. Um, Also, another thing, please send a follow up email or text to your admissions officer or to whoever, you know. Don't send it on the group being like, hey, thank you for today. No, just send them a personal text like, hey, Nicole, or, hey, XYZ, like, thank you for your time today. I really enjoyed, and I hope I get the scholarship, or just like text whatever you want to. Just make them feel like you care about it. Because they honestly, like, what they want to see is that you care. If you don't show them that you care, I mean, they would be like, okay, fine. Like, then they would choose whoever they want to. But I was actually pushing into their head and being like, I want the scholarship. Please give me the scholarship because I need it. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want something and you think you deserve it, just go for it. Never be shy to, tell them that, yeah, I want this, or, and this is a scholarship. You're applying for it, you're working towards it. And this is a part of your work. Like, trust me, every time I met with my admissions officer, I send them a long text. Even if they don't reply, don't be like, okay, she does not reply, so I am not texting her next time. She does not care. She doesn't, nobody cares. But they would remember your name, being like, okay, Abhilasha actually texted me. And then I got to know from so many. Okay, so when I came on campus, I got the full tuition scholarship. I'll tell you more about it. When I came on campus, my friend who got a full tuition scholarship along with me, he was like, the moment I saw a pen and paper in your hand, I was like, she's getting the scholarship because she prepared for it. So I was like, oh, really? So he's like, yeah, of course, you prepared for it. And we could see you, all, you know, like I never had a paper and a pen in my hand. Like I was very casual. So being casual, you have a casual conversation, true, but it means something to you, right? And that's why you're there. Like, like, even if you don't have that confidence, show the other person that you're confident and you can talk like whatever you want to. Just keep talking, keep blabbering, whatever, just engage people, keep talking. So, I'm sitting like this, like I'm thinking a lot and I'm listening to everything. Under, like, I'm dead, I'm blank, I don't know what's going on. But the way you show people, people are seeing that other side of you being confident, and that's what they want. They want you to be confident. Just show it. So then coming to the interview round, then we had a break, okay, a 10-minute break. And then I went upstairs to my mom and dad and everyone, they are sitting, and I was like, Papa, I think I'll get the scholarship. He's like, okay, why would you say that to me? I'm like, no, Papa, I'm talking. No, I'm like literally opening my mouth. I don't know what's going on, but I'm still talking. And I saw the admissions officer smile when I'm talking. So he's like, okay, good for you. All the best, but don't get overexcited right now. So there was a, calm down phase. It was like, calm down. You're just like, hopping. There's another half left. Next half, I go down more confident. and the topic is board exams. And I had so much frustration because I'm doing so much. I'm like, no, I don't want board exams at all. And I gave them like a list of reasons I don't want board exams. And it was like literally funny because the way we were talking is like we don't want board exams at all. um and like there was a girl who was not talking, so I was like, hey, what do you think about this? As I said, as soon as I said that, the admissions officer smiled, and I was like, okay, I'm getting this scholarship. I don't know. I used to always get that feeling that okay, I'll get the scholarship because I'm doing this. After okay, so then it happened and it was okay, normal. Then I sent a follow-up email to Nicole and like the other admissions officer that I had. And I was like, okay, I'm just praying to God now. So I kept praying, praying, praying. 26th of January, I'm not excited about the Republic Day parade. Nothing. I am excited about next Genius scholarship, the winners being announced. Um, and 26, so it was, I think, 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. I joined, and we had this beautiful poem that was read out. It was so pretty. And then my dad is like, nice poem. I'm like, Papa, I am not listening to the poem. I am just scared, like I don't know. And I am literally holding my father's hand like tight. I'm like, I want the scholarship, Papa. And he's like, you worked for it, you'll get it. Calm down, calm down. And he's sitting right next to me. And my father never shows up for important events. He's like, okay, my bachas are doing whatever they have to. So that was literally, I think, one of the 5 or 6 events that he's attended. And as soon as Muhlenberg, so all the colleges start showing up with the winners and all. Um, and I'm focused. And even right now, I feel that feeling. Like, trust me, I'm sitting this way, I'm sitting this way. I'm looking at the next genius people, their reactions. And then Muhlenberg shows up. And I am like, oh my God, Papa, like, I don't know what's going to happen. And there you go. Like, his name shows up, and the next name is mine, like full tuition scholarship, and everyone else, partial scholarship. And I am telling you, the feeling is so good because you're blank, but you still feel good. And my dad started like, oh my God, my dad is like, he hugged me. In those 5 seconds, he's running around. He's like, Abhilasha ko scholarship mil gaya. And he's so proud. When you see your parents proud, that's another feeling because I've never seen him more proud of me than that day. Like he was always proud of me, but then, scholarship is a big deal. Full tuition scholarship in the US where you're paying nothing. Like you're paying for your food and housing, yeah, but it's nothing compared to what you would actually have to pay if you don't get a scholarship. You know, it's like you will spend 5 crores on your education, and with Next Genius, it comes down to a few lakhs. And I don't want, you know, any, I have no complaints with that, honestly. So I get the scholarship, and my dad is almost crying. My mom is screaming, and my grandfather comes up, and he's like, "Okay, let's party." And we are like, "Oh my God!" I'm like, "Calm down, guys." Like, I cannot process what's happening. My brother is like, "Oh, Didi, US jayegi ab." Like when you see those faces, it's a beautiful feeling, I would say, and it's very special and dear to my heart. And honestly, that's why I want to help you guys because I know what the scholarship means to people who actually want it. I met with a person who was, I think she's from Muhlenberg, yes. And literally, she texts me about everything like, Didi, this is my essay. Can you read it? Didi, this is this. Can you read this? And I'm like, yeah, like, this is how I wanted, like, I used to not bug any, like, it's not about bugging, but I used to not be open to my seniors about like, okay, I want this essay to be read and like I want a feedback on this or something, because I was like, nay, they are on a different time zone, what will they think or whatever. But nobody thinks nothing. They want you to reach out. She reaches out to me every time, and I feel blessed to help her out. I- And I'm telling you, like, reach out to me. I Call me if you want. I do not care. Time zone, yeah, like I'm in the meeting still. I do not care about time zones. Just you just call me or you text me, we schedule a Zoom meeting and we talk. I talked to a guy from LinkedIn, like he reached out to me. He's in grade 11 and he's like, I want some next genius scholarship details. I'm like, okay, fine, let's Zoom. We did a Zoom call literally yesterday at night, 11 p.m. my time, and it's 12:30 p.m. in India. So I do not care. Honestly, you reach out to me, and even if you want motivation, text me. I'll give you good motivation. So I'm open to whatever you want, because I've gone through this, so I know what, there's an internal turmoil. It's crazy, I know. But then make use of what resources you have available. Don't just not care about things. Care about things, and trust me, whatever you believe in, just believe in something, because an emotional support is always needed during this time. So, yeah, that's all. I spoke so much, but yeah, that's all from my side.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much, Abhilasha. It's always so great to hear you and your story. Uh, and once again, congratulations and all the best. And thank you for being so open to help all these future scholars, I would say. Yeah, it's such
Awesome.
a pleasure to have you on the calls.
Thank you.
So, very quickly, once again, I'm going to share my screen and show you the dates for the interviews. And I've also added PMs because someone was asking whether the times are AM or PM. It's PM, all in the evening, late evenings. I have some more. So just take a quick screenshot of this one. Uh, Next, I have some things. So Abhilasha shared with you on how to what the process looks like, what the interview, um, what to expect during the interviews. I'm going to share with you some pointers on the logistical aspects of how to prepare. Yeah, again, just click a picture. I have 4 5 points. So once all the points are on the screen, just click a picture. Yeah. Number one is internet. Make sure you have a good internet connection as well as a backup internet connection. Yeah, you don't want to miss out on the scholarship or don't want to miss out on the interview just because your internet was patchy. Yeah, because you're you know with a patchy internet you will miss out on the conversations. You will keep on logging out, logging in, and dropping off the call. So just ensure that you have a backup internet connection which is reliable. So the fast one, the faster internet connection is what you should be connected with, but always keep a backup. Yeah. Point number two is about your video. Your camera should be on at all times. You should maintain a proper posture. Your face should be visible on the screen properly. Your camera should not be like this where your head is cutting, or it should not be like this where it's just a head talking and no no shoulders, no body. It should be in the center of the screen. Yeah, sit at a comfortable distance from the camera. I can see most of your cameras, and you're looking proper in the screen, which is good. Uh, but you should be in the center of the screen. Ensure that you have proper lighting and proper background. Yeah. Audio, make sure you check your audio. There are ways in which you can check your audio on Zoom. When you join a meeting, you can check your audio before joining. Check that your audio is working and check that your speakers are working, and ensure that there is no disturbance or no sound coming from outside. Just ask your family members to leave you alone for 2 hours. Yeah, just try to get an empty room so that you can be all by yourself during those 2 hours of the interview. And finally, the final point is dress formally. Interviews are a formal, this is a formal interview. This is not a casual interview. You know, students who are well prepared are going to do well during the interviews. You know, it's, if you take this lightly, if you take this casually, then that's how the outcome will be. But if you take it seriously, then you can expect a better outcome. So dress formally. I see students wearing their best blazers, their school blazers with ties. That's how you should present yourself during the interviews. You know, this is a casual call. This is just a call where we are talking with you and giving you some tips. It's okay to wear a t-shirt and a hoodie, but if you are during the interviews, dress, dress to impress. Yeah, wear your best formal dress. Okay. So that's where we'll stop. I hope you found this helpful. It's 6:41 p.m. We don't have time for a lot of questions. But before closing, I just want to give Abhilasha another chance. Abhilasha, one final tip, 30 seconds. Over to you. Yeah.
Yes, so I would say be yourself. Don't be scared to present your thoughts. If you feel like something is right, you are right. Just go ahead and say it. Don't be like, nay, what will that person think of me? What will, others think? Don't think about that. Just talk, present your views, and trust me, like, nobody even remembers what you've said. Like, you yourself won't remember what you said in the interview. Like, I was so like dead after the interview. I slept. I didn't even remember what I talked about you know um in the interview rounds. So just be yourself, be real. Don't try to like overdo things, but do things in a proper way. Yeah, that's it.
Superb. Thank you, Abhilasha. We will try to take a couple of questions. So please just put that in the chat. Yeah. A student is asking, how do we get to know about the admission officer? Just drop us an email. We'll share the email ID of the admission officer. Most of the admission officers are there in the WhatsApp group. So you can just ask them questions in the WhatsApp group itself. Yeah. Next question is, when will we get the group discussion question? You will get the group discussion question on the spot. The question is ready, but I cannot share it with you right now. But it's a fun question. You know, you'll enjoy talking about it. How many rounds of interview will be there? Just one round. There's just one 2 hour long interview. It's like a big event, a 2 hour event, a 2 hour Zoom meeting. That's what the interview is. Can you do we share our recommendations with the Next Genius community? What kind of recommendations? The LOR? No, don't need to share your LOR, letter of recommendations, with us. Do we get time to prepare for the interview? Do we get time to prepare for the topic at hand? No, the topic usually would not require time to prepare. And it's something that you can just go ahead and talk about in general. I'll just give you topics for the last year. The last year's topic was, should board exams be cancelled? The topic year before was, Chat GPT a curse or a boon? The topic year before was, should be conquer Mars or alleviate poverty? You know, sometimes if you are unsure about a topic, just pause, listen to others, form your views, and then talk. So keep your ears open at all the time, and see what other people are talking about. Yes, be smart. You are all smart students. Okay, it's 6:44. We usually try to close, actually it's 6:45 p.m. We try to close our calls on time. So we'd close it. But I hope you all found this helpful. Please feel free to drop off. We'll see you again on January 14th, 6 p.m., somewhere around the same time. We'll talk about similar things. And then we'll talk again when we do the WhatsApp icebreaker activities. Rudra, Vanshika, Radha ma'am from the team, they will take care of all those things. They will engage with you. You will have lots of fun on WhatsApp groups. See what icebreaker means. Icebreaker is like a way to get you all warmed up. Until last year, we used to do a session Friday evening. Abhilasha, you might recall. Friday evening, we had a small session, and then Saturday is when the interview happens. But we decided to uh, discontinue that Friday evening session because a lot of students had their, a lot of Delhi students actually had their, what do you call it? When you leave the school, you have a party at the school, grade 12 students. So you had that farewell party. That's why some students missed out on that. We did not want anyone to miss that activity. So that's why we are moving all of those icebreakers activities on WhatsApp. Yeah,
Yes, so actually, I'm just putting in my email ID on the chat so they can like reach out to me.
absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, it's just 45 minutes.
So once again, thank you everyone for joining. All the best. See you on the 14th, and then 15th, 16th, 17th, we'll have some fun activities. 18th is the next Genius interview, so you must be there 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. India time. All right. All the best, everyone. Thank you for joining. Bye. If you missed a part
Well,
of it, the session is recorded, so you will get the recording. Abhilasha has added her email ID in the chat. Please feel free to reach out to her. Abhilasha, you want to say something?
no, sir, I was just like saying all the best.
Thank you so
Well,
much once again for joining today's call. 4:30 p.m. 4:30 a.m. Thank you.
no problem, sir. My pleasure.
Shreya, you said that you have a farewell on 18th, 4 p.m. See, um, you need to you probably can be back home 9 p.m. Yeah, try to be back there because interview is like an unmissable activity. You cannot miss it. Hmm? Try to leave early from the farewell. If it goes beyond 9 p.m., try to leave early. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Thank you. Adisha, you have a question. Just repost it in the chat. If it has gone up somewhere, just repost it. Just copy paste it because I'm getting many questions. And Ishwar, you have a question, just repost it in the chat. I wanted to ask if the fun activities rounds also count in our application. Yes, interview is a critical part of the application. You heard Abhilasha talk about her experience.
She's asking about the icebreaker activities. So
Oh,
will
the icebreaker activities. Oh, okay. No, no, those we expect all of you to participate. But those, we just see how the participation is if you are really keen on joining and doing it. But we won't share that with the colleges. But they are there in the WhatsApp group, so it's up to them whether they decide to look at it or not. Jaditya, did you put your question in the chat? Yeah. Where will the recording be uploaded? We'll share it in the WhatsApp groups. Don't worry about it. Ishwar, you posted. Okay. How many students from college will be able to get full tuition? We talked about it on the last call that it depends. It varies from college to college. Yeah, there is no specific answer. Some colleges give multiple full tuition scholarships. Some give just one. Some colleges just give 70% tuition scholarship. So it varies. Okay. Hamrit, you say, can we schedule a meeting with the representative now? No, the interview is a group interview. It's not a one-on-one interview. Yeah. Do we get judged on being biased on one side of the argument in the group discussion? I don't think so. No, you won't be judged if you chose sides. It's all right. Yeah. Have AOs started reviewing your applications? Yes, they have started reviewing your applications. Is it okay if we text admissions counselor on WhatsApp? Please do not text them on WhatsApp. If you are texting them, just text them in the group. Don't text them on a personal chat. not all of them would like to respond to you on WhatsApp chat. Some of them might, but ideally I would just reach out to them via email. Okay, everyone. I think that's the last question. Thank you for joining. Bye.